Welcome back to another video. I have just left Grayton Beach and on my way to my next destination, which is Seaside / Seagrove area. We got the Grayton Beach Trail over here on my left. I think it's a biking and hiking trail from what I researched. You know, I didn't realize there was so much nature trails back here along 30A. I'm gonna have to come back to this area and just, do the actual trail system justice and explore that in another series on here. So stay tuned for that. I'm definitely bookmarking that for the future. A lot of construction on this road up here. Loving these boardwalks. This is Western Lake. So the trail I'm walking on, just to remind you, is called the Timpoochee Trail. It definitely makes for an amazing bike trail, I'll tell you that. And also a great walking trail too, very scenic. We have officially made it into Seaside. And you can tell, like, the vibe is way different. This is so nice over here. Got the Beach Happy Cafe over there. So this is the street where the Truman Show house is. And this is it right here. The Truman Show house. I think we've made it to the main square. Holy hell. I think I'm gonna check out this market over here. Had to get that sandwich.
It's Tim. Hey, do you know Tim's upstairs?
That was actually a good stop at that market. A little expensive, but I needed some food. It's busy in there. It's quite the place, this Seaside. It's just a very bougie place, very busy. This is probably the busiest area I think I've experienced so far along the Gulf Coast. So this is Seagrove Beach. This is just one of the streets right off the main 30A highway here. These are just so nice. This place, I don't know if it's a restaurant or a hotel. Super nice, the surfing deer. I think I gotta keep going straight. So I took a slight detour down. I think this is, Andalusia. I saw this is one of the nicest beach access points, so we're gonna check it out real quick. Oh yeah, super nice. I'm definitely coming back here. There's an organic cafe over here. And you got yoga too. Okay guys, I think we've made it. I think I'm staying right across the street there. Yeah, this looks nice. You can never tell by the pictures. But yeah, this will work. It's a little courtyard, you got a pool over there. Got a little boardwalk. I think I'm actually in the back here. Somewhere. I think this is it over here. I'm unit 9. Got a little bit of pickleball. All right. I think I'm definitely in here somewhere. All right, we found the place. It was a little confusing, but this is it. I got the ground floor. Got a nice little porch out here. There we go. Oh yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. And then got a little dining area. The kitchen is really nice. Someone left some milk in there. Then you got, cheers, and you got the little bathroom. Bathroom's nice. Kind of looks like this place was renovated. Like the flooring, especially the flooring. And then this is the bedroom. So a nice little one bedroom here. I think that does it for today. I'm exhausted. So far, I like it here, actually. Seaside is very bougie. That place is ridiculous. A lot of money there. But Seagrove is a little more chill, laid back. Probably not as ritzy as Seaside, at least from what I can gather so far. But the one thing I did notice so far about Seaside and Seagrove, like this area in general, everyone is like very friendly. Like everyone said hi to me. Everyone's looking at me, smiling at me. I'm just not used to that. And I was carrying my backpack, my big old backpack too, and I'm sweating, and yet everyone's still like smiley and super friendly. So yeah, so far overall first impressions is pretty damn good. All right, we'll pick this back up tomorrow. It is the next morning here in Seagrove. Just getting up. Gonna start the day a little bit different today. I actually signed up for a yoga class just right down the street here. I think we actually passed it yesterday on the way to this location. On our way to the yoga studio.
Spend the day,
All right, so I just took that yoga class. That was nice. Nice hour and a half of hot vinyasa. Beautiful yoga studio, as you saw. Now I'm just headed out to the beach for a little bit, get some sun. All done at the beach. So just because it says public beach access doesn't mean it's a public beach. Just to let you know, I had to walk, I think about 100 feet down to get to the public beach. So it's amazing how they kind of control you and like restrict where you can walk on the beach, because apparently the houses own the beach front all the way up to the water. So I think that's the issue. The bike I ordered actually just got delivered, so perfect timing. Gonna eat real quick and then jump on that and run to the grocery store. All right, so they put a tracking or like a GPS location of where they drop the bikes, but it's a little confusing. I'm assuming it's down here. I'm pretty sure it's this green bike. So yep, it's this blue tag. It has my name on it and the apartment number. So we're good to go. Such a great way to get around. We're gonna take a right up here on 395. So I was riding by and I saw this little creek river flowing. Looks a little dirty. Watercolor crossing, Publix. That was such a smooth, quick ride. Sidewalks the whole way. Back from Publix. So this is what I have in my fridge usually when I'm traveling. Just got some eggs, meats, fruits. Got my yogurt. I got my fermented vegetables. These are fermented onions. I picked up my sauerkraut over there. I have cheese, avocados. I think this is raw milk, I believe. I picked up at the market. This is the best coconut water. So that's pretty much it for today. We'll pick this back up tomorrow. See you then. So right there is a big old stingray. It's coming right close to the shore. Well, good morning from the beach. What a way to wake up and start my day with a big old stingray right along the shore. You guys saw that. You could just make out the shadow of it in the water. I'd say it was about maybe 12 to 15 inches wide or circumference. I haven't seen one of those out in the ocean in a while. These beaches along the Emerald Coast are absolutely beautiful, but damn, I always feel like I'm in the way. Whether it's like in front of a lifeguard stand or in front of the cabanas or some type of private beach. It's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Everywhere up and down this coast, unless you're staying right on the water, you got to be mindful of where you put your blanket down and all of your beach equipment, because it's a very limited space for public access. See, like this whole coast is pretty much private. There's public areas at like each of these flags. I don't know if you can see it in the distance. They're like yellow flags or red flags. And like the quote unquote beach access points the public beach access points don't always take you out to a public beach. But it is beautiful here. Probably some of the nicest coastline in Florida. But yeah, this coast is very annoying with all like the private beach areas and how they kind of confine the public into one like very small space. It just gets way crowded, and then you have the cabanas, and they're constantly putting up umbrellas and chairs. Like they take up the whole prime real estate. Oh, it's just you always feel like you're in the way and you don't know where to sit. I don't know, it almost makes you not want to go to the beach. I've never experienced this anywhere else in the world. We're not going to let that ruin our experience of the Emerald Coast. I mean, it is beautiful. It's probably one of the nicest areas I think I've ever been. So I think that does it for this morning. I'm going to eat some food, and then a little bit later we're going to go explore some parks up in Seaside. Those look really nice. Hopefully none of those are private. Pretty sure those are free for public use. All right, it is time to head out to these parks over in Seaside. Wanted to check them out. They looked really nice. So we're gonna ride our bike over there. I shit you not, as soon as I left my place to go for this bike ride, it started raining. First stop is Ruskin Place, or Ruskin Park. This little central square is so nice. I think you got a church over there in the back. Just realized you can't take your bike in there. So we're gonna ride around to that church. This is super nice back here. We got little paths going everywhere. A picnic table. They have a whole little tennis complex back here. So we're just kind of wandering around here. Not sure where to go, but this looked like a pretty cool path. Oh, I thought this little pathway took me out to the street, but it took me right into someone's backyard. This is really cool. So I checked it out on Google Maps. It looks like you can do a loop. Like there's a path that goes down there, and then it goes out to this boardwalk. And then it kind of goes around out into like Watercolor, I think is the name of it. And then I believe it brings you all the way back through here. All right, I wasn't planning on doing this. I didn't know this was here, but we're gonna go on a little adventure. I think this should take me in a loop if I hit the right connecting trails, but I'm not entirely sure. So we're gonna find out. Whoa, this gets a little narrow. Man, these houses are just massive. This looks like it continues down there, but we're gonna go on this boardwalk. This is pretty sweet. Boathouse. Looks like you can take a paddleboard out there. So that boathouse was pretty cool. They had all the rentals you wanted. They actually had an e-foil, an electronic like surfboard where you could ride around on the lake. So this is kind of like of the map of the park that we're, or the area that I've been riding around. So I think I was somewhere here. And, or I don't know, maybe I was over here and I went like this, and then that. They also have yoga in the park here too. Wandering down another path. I think I can go this way. So many trails. Oh, dude, these houses are amazing. This is such a cool little system of trails back here in Seaside. I had no idea it was like this. This is Lyceum Lawn. Looks like they're doing some construction. I just made a stop at the market that we were at the other day. Pick up some more of that honey. That honey's delicious that they sell there. And that milk, that creamy milk. Now we're just gonna go across the street and check out what's popping over here. Oh, I had to get out of there. There was way too many people. Cool place, but just so damn crowded. Made it back to the Airbnb. Damn, it gets busy up in that like little central shopping area. You saw there's people everywhere. There's cars. Like, oh, like I am so glad I have the bike to kind of travel around here. That's like the only way to do it, because otherwise you're just gonna be sitting in traffic. It's the next day here in Seagrove, and we got a couple more places to explore before we close out this video. So 38 continues up to the left, but we're gonna go straight. And I think there's a lake and beach access down this way. So this is interesting. You actually have to walk across the water to get to the beaches over there. I think this what happens when it's high tide. Actually, those are pretty neat beach access. I don't think I've ever like seen something like that where it goes directly into the water and then you got to cross it to get to like the sitting area. All right, we're gonna head up to this trailhead that looked interesting. I'm not sure if it's private or not, but we'll check it out. All right, so I made it to 38 and I think I got to go directly across and then somewhere down there. Looks like there's a little farmer's market going on. That place looks pretty sweet. And then you have the lodge over here, which I think is a popular residence. This looks nice too. So I think I made it. I see the trailhead right there. Somewhere over here. Yeah, it's back here. I see it. I see it. All right, let's take a quick look at the map, see where we're at. I think we're here, maybe? No. Yes. Wait, no. I'm sorry, we're down here. Right here, the 38 trailhead, and we're just gonna do a little walk to number 4. But it looks like there's a whole bunch of loops that you can do. And this is actually a continuation of that long leaf trailhead that it initially started. You can go this entire way. It's pretty cool. So it didn't give me a mileage of how long this is, but it didn't look too far. This should be a relatively short trek, I believe. Got a little river right here. Oh, looks pretty tannic. So we made it to the next point. We are, looks like somewhere right around here. And the trail continues up that way. I think if you continue this way, you'll reach a campground. We'll go there in just a few minutes, but just behind this kiosk, I think you should be able to get a nice view of the lake. So we'll travel this way a few paces and see what we can see. Yeah, here we go. I knew we'd get a nice view. So if you come up this road right from that overlook point we were just at, you'll see the campsite. It's right over here. So you have picnic table over there, and it looks like a gravel site. Actually, there's a bunch around here. Got a bear hang. Yeah, so you get plenty of privacy, plenty of room. No bathrooms out here though, so you'll be digging your own cat holes. Oh, you do have bathrooms over here. I have been mistaken. You know, it's funny, I thought I could smell it. Oh man, the bugs are absolutely terrible though. They're just swarming all around my head. I tell you, this forest, this Washington State forest, man, the bugs are bad, at least during the summertime. It's probably better during the winter time, obviously, but man, it's just a cloud of little gnats following me. Okay, I think we're somewhere around up here, but yeah, we gotta get out of here. The bugs are horrible. So from this point, this kiosk, you can either go this way where we just came from towards the lake, and then you kind of follow the orange or that road down there up and around the lake to another campsite, or you can go down this way and continue on the orange loop. Kind of brings you a little bit more inland. But I'm gonna head back to the trailhead. Don't have enough time to do these loops. They look fun though. I mean, this is a nice little trail system in here. but the bugs are kind of relentless. So I want to head back. Plus there's one more place I want to check out. It's this butcher right back in that like little like shops area where the farmers market was. Wanted to check out there, see what they got going on for meat. I noticed this little side trail down to the river, or a little tributary. This is pretty sweet. It's actually really nice back here. I don't think this water is drinkable. I want to say it's brackish. So that's where we're going, checking out the Salty Butcher. All right, all done there. Ended up getting a pound of picana. I think it was like 24, 25 bucks. So it's a little expensive. I was trying to go for a half a pound, but cut me a little bit more, and I don't know, I think it's gonna be good. So I'm just gonna head back to the Airbnb now. Okay, that does it for my time here in Seaside and Seagrove. Hope you enjoyed this destination along the 30A Timpoochee Trail. Getting ready to head out of here into my next destination on this trail in a couple days. So hope you enjoyed this part of it. You got to see Seaside and Seagrove. We hiked a few trails around here. Really liked how much nature is in this area. The one thing I don't like is how many damn people are here. It's just so overcrowded during this, I guess it's in season right now. And also it's pretty expensive here too. So definitely not a budget-friendly area. Thanks for watching, and we'll pick this up in the next one.